afternoon, everybody, and welcome to our first episode of Okanogan Prospers. My name is Chanelle Carlin-Black, and each month I have the honor of interviewing a local Okanogan business. You get to find out what it is that they love about Okanogan as a community, why they enjoy having their business here, and what some of their hopes and dreams are for the future. So for those who don't know and don't have the honor of knowing Bill yet, I've just shared with everybody. Bill, I can barely see your head. You're kind of cut off. Maybe you could lean down a bit.
Okay, hang on. No, let me adjust.
Okay. So for those of you who haven't yet had the chance to meet Bill or know him very well, I first have to disclose, just for everybody who doesn't already know, Bill and I are married. And we are actually doing this interview upstairs and downstairs in our current house. But I wanted to actually share with you, I did do the introduction, Bill. I shared that you are a commercial artist and that you have done a lot of the design work for the Chamber over the last few years, and you're currently working on a website. But I would like you to share whatever else that you think it would be nice for people to know about you.
Well, as Chanelle said, I'm married to my lovely wife, and we have our son who's getting ready to graduate from high school, going on to play college football. Big football fan. That's a little side, something that people, if they don't know me, would figure out pretty quickly. I've been a commercial artist for 30 plus years. And I also teach commercial art at OMAC High School. And sorry if I keep looking off camera, it's looking at the computer monitor. It's force of habit. We'll leave it at that for the moment, I guess.
Okay. So then, with those things in mind, just sharing who you are, what is it that you love about living and working in Okanogan? Because you've lived in lots of places.
I have lived in lots of places, big cities and small towns. So I have a bit of experience with both sides of that coin. And I really like the small town feel of Okanogan. I jokingly said the other day that it's kind of like that whole Cheers TV show thing where everybody knows your name. We go downtown and you're guaranteed to see people that you know. And I like that a lot. I like that a lot.
And is there anything in particular that as a business owner that you like about that, or just a good feeling for you as someone who lives in the community?
Well, as a business owner, well, a little bit of both. As a business owner, an area that I like to focus on, I suppose, is helping small businesses or new businesses improve their overall presentation to the world. Meaning I can, dress up their logo if they need it, or help improve their advertising presence, or bring a major market feel for a small business budget. And whether that's a new startup, I do a lot of work with new startup companies, or an established business that needs to freshen things up. That's something that I really enjoy doing because when I was working in the big cities, when I had my ad agency in Spokane, for instance, we worked with some corporate customers that you didn't really know anybody or really know all that much about the people that you were trying to help improve their business overall. And that seems a little less personal. I like the personal approach and the personal touch, and know that I had a direct effect on the success of somebody's business and livelihood.
Okay, thank you. So what do you think? One of the things we talked about in the introduction to this series is how Okanogan is so resilient, and how when we support each other, Okanogan prospers. Why is it that you think Okanogan prospers and what makes this community so resilient? As someone who has a business here but hasn't been here too terribly long.
No, what, 5 years?
About
Right
five,
about 5 years, I
six.
think we've been
Mhm.
here. Yeah, something like that. Uh, I have noticed that the the residents of Okanogan are very loyal to the businesses that are in town, and that's refreshing to see, particularly since we have Walmart just up the road, and we have the fast food places in the Walmart parking lot, and it's pretty easy to take your business to those, you know, national chain kind of stores. But people in Okanogan, while I'm sure that they spend money there, I mean, we've shopped at Walmart, but more often than not, we don't. We make a conscious choice to support the little guys and the mom and pops and the Okanogan based stores and businesses. Uh, I don't think we're alone in that. That's something that I've really appreciated during our time here in Okanogan, is that the vast majority of people in town have that same mentality and that same focus.
Okay. Definitely think that helps our community be prosperous. I agree. I agree completely. Okay, so what now is your dream? What dreams might you have for our community? So we've talked about what makes it prosperous and what helps it be successful, but and why you like it here. But what dream might you have for Okanogan?
Okay. Aside from continued growth, and that once we come out of the other end of this coronavirus shutdown business, that everybody gets back to business as usual. My biggest dream would be that we would have citywide or countywide fiber optic internet access. Right now, everybody is trapped at home and finding out just how spotty our internet connections are here. And ours is really challenged, being as remote as our house is. So if I had one big dream, that would be it. That's a hint. Okanogan County PUD, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I think people would support that, and I would be at the forefront. So that's my dream.
Out there leading the charge. Okay.
It's kind of a practical one and maybe a little bit of a selfish one, but yeah, that would be it.
There'll probably be others who would support it as well. Okay, so we have just a few minutes left. And I would like to ask if there's anything that either you would like to share, or if there's something that I haven't asked you about that you think I should have asked you about. I'm kind of taking a leaning here from Dan Rather in his big interview. So.
Well, one thing that I'm currently working on, it's not necessarily a client-based project. I guess I've become my own client in this respect. I have formed a t-shirt and merchandising line called Indian All Stars. That's NDN All Stars. And it's featuring superstar Native American athletes from the past to the present. Something that I had in mind for quite some time, and finally kind of motivated myself to take the bull by the horns and get it done and get it rolling. And I'm actually modeling a sample right now of one of the shirts featuring Sonny Sixkiller, the University of Washington quarterback great.
My dad's favorite.
But it's something that, yes, that is true. It came up because I realized quite some time ago that kids these days don't really know who some of these great athletes are or what they accomplished. People like Billy Mills or Sonny Sixkiller or Jim Thorpe. I asked some of my students in my art classes if they were familiar with them. A couple of them knew Jim Thorpe, but most of the athletes that I'm planning on featuring, they had no idea who they were. So I thought, what a great idea. What a great excuse to bring those names back to the forefront and maybe give some of the younger people today someone else to look up to from a different cultural standpoint. So that's kind of the overall goal. And I have 14 of them rolled out and available online right now, and many more in the hopper that I'm still working on.
So where can they find them?
So
where can they find Indian All Stars?
They're on teespring.com, teespring.com, and look for NDN-All Stars, and they should come up.
Okay. Great.
There are quite a few, and there's more than just shirts. There are some posters, there are mugs, there are tote bags, a bunch of different products available featuring great Native American athletes.
Well, I'll look forward to seeing more of that as well. So I'm just conscious of our time at the moment. So I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
Thank you for talking about Okanogan and why you love it so much, what your dream is, and why you think Okanogan is so resilient and so prosperous. I really appreciate your time. And for being willing to be my guinea pig.
Thank you for the opportunity.
For episode 1.
Well, hopefully this comes off okay. So.
That's great. Thank you so much.
It will get better, people. It will get better. Okay. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. So for everybody else, I just wanted to thank you, and thank you all for being willing to join us today. And next